Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends, back at my home base after my most recent work trip. A few more days down in Florida for a project down there, but I'm very grateful to be back home with Leo and my wife and my collection. And I've got some buybacks here that are all recent pickups that have come in the mail, I'd say over the last month or so, including one that I just intercepted from the postal worker as I was pulling into my driveway from my trip. Don't have a ton of time here, but I wanted to get back on the channel and put a little content out there, and figured this would be a good quick episode. So I think most, if not all of these, maybe one exception, are going to be of the Topps Heritage variety, these box toppers that I love so much. And we're going to start with this one, Ron Santo, gloriously off-centered 1974 Topps traded, and also a just horrifically airbrushed cap on this one. So there's a lot not to like. I probably wouldn't buy this card in non-buyback format, but I'm just a huge fan of these, as you probably know, if you've been by the channel with any frequency. And it's a 1970s Hall of Famer at the end of the day, and it cost me, I think, $3. So at that price point, just couldn't turn that one down. Next up, this guy is not in the Hall of Fame, but he's a very, very important name in baseball history for a variety of reasons, and a player that I enjoy quite a bit. Curt Flood, on the collecting front, that is, of the St. Louis Cardinals. Really great 1959 Topps card here. I love that baby blue border contrasted with that bright yellow and red Cardinals logo. Just a really cool card. Believe it or not, this was cheap enough, so I just kind of snatched it up. I think I already have a copy of this, and it's probably in the Buyback Frankenset, but I'm certainly happy to have a second copy of that one. And I do have kind of a side project related to these Topps Heritage buybacks outside of the Frankenset that I have not shown on the channel, but I'll be getting to shortly, hopefully. So that'll become a part of that worst case scenario. Here's another one, and another 74 Boog Powell. Love the awkward photo on this one. This one's even more off-center than the Ron Santo, because it's off-center left to right and top to bottom. But I just really, really dig these. Great Orioles card there. And not much more to say about this one. Again, I mean, few bucks. And these Heritage buybacks are just really, really cool. For those who don't know, you get just one of these in a hobby box of Topps Heritage as an individually wrapped box topper. So if I can scoop them up for very little coin, I'm all about it. Here's one that I definitely already have, but 1990 Topps is my favorite baseball set of all time. Not a super popular opinion, but it's the set that got me into baseball card collecting all the way back in the spring of 1990. And so it's, holds a special place in my collecting heart. And Nolan Ryan was my favorite player back then as well, largely because of this 5,000K subset at the beginning of the checklist. I even have an uncut sheet of this behind me here out of frame on the wall in my hobby room / home office. Just a unabashed fan of 1990 Topps, and happily scooped up another Nolan Ryan buyback. This one is from the 2017 Rediscover Topps program, and this is the gold foil stamp. I honestly don't know if I have that particular foil type or not. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but either way, cool Nolan Ryan. Let me make a little bit more room here. Get these last, looks like we have 4 left here. One more that I bought as a unique card, and then a trio that I picked up together, which we'll do last. Check this one out. 1970 Topps Atlanta Braves team card. Love that. Also gloriously OC. But of course, one of the many things that makes this card cool, it would feature the great Hank Aaron among those many Atlanta Braves faces. And I don't know who this is. Maybe someone can fill me in, but I love the suit and hat combo on that guy on the left there. Just a really cool card. I miss these team cards in the flagship set. I understand to an extent why they're not in there anymore with 30 plus MLB teams or whatever it's up to, and we got to get every single prospect in there as well, of course. So no room for team cards anymore, but happy to have that one. And then last but certainly not least, I have a trio here of 1962 Topps cards in buyback form. So these would have been 2011 Topps Heritage box toppers. And I really bought them just for one card in particular, which I'll save for the last of the 3. But we'll start with this one. Johnny Klipstein, or Klipstein. I think it's, I'm going to guess Klipstein. but apologies if I butchered that. Not a big fan of the capless photos, so I don't know if this one will likely make the Frankenset in slot 151. And a nice play on words on the back there, Johnny Clips opposition. He had, I think, like almost a 20-year Major League Baseball career. So certainly a better career than a photograph on his 1962 Topps card. But there's the first one. The next one, this guy did not have, it's kind of the inverse of that, did not have a very long MLB career, but has a really cool photo on his 62 Topps card, Mike De La Hoz, or Hawes. It's like Shane can't pronounce the names day today, I guess, but really cool shot there. I believe that might be Yankee Stadium, the original Yankee Stadium. I'm not 100% sure on that. Stadium recognition is not really my strong suit, but love this photograph. Really, really cool. He almost looks like he's in like a catcher position here. He's crouched so low, although he's a second baseman, as we see on the front of the card there. Take a look at the back, because they do have 1962 Topps does have really nice backs. And I paid for these two cards and the one we're going to look at now, I paid $12, which, might be considered kind of crazy. None of them are, even really stars or well-recognized players, I would say. But I really wanted this next one when it popped up in my search, and I'm so glad I bought it home. There's a couple reasons for it. So here's the card, Gene Conley. I guess really three reasons. It's a Red Sox card, and I'm a Red Sox fan. I don't know why the camera's struggling to focus here. I think the print registration on this card is slightly off, and that's maybe throwing off my iPhone here. But reason number one, Red Sox fan. Reason number two, Gene Conley, for those who aren't aware, was a two-sport star. He won an NBA championship, or I think even multiple NBA championships with the Boston Celtics. And he also won a World Series, I want to say with the Milwaukee Braves in the 50s. I should have looked it up, but two-sport star that you never hear about. Everyone talks about Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, and understandably so. They were, huge stars in their day. But Gene Conley here was an original, two-sport athlete all the way back in the 50s. And I just think it's so cool that he won a championship in two of the four major North American sports. So really awesome. Saw this buyback pop up, and it was the reason I went for the lot of three, like I said. But I didn't realize the photo I don't think was fantastic, and I really wanted this card regardless. So I didn't spend a ton of time looking at the listing. I just, kind of sent my offer out there and crossed my fingers. But when this arrived in the mail, I immediately recognized that it's the green tint variation as well of his 1962 Topps card, which is really, really cool. Just happy to have this in buyback format. This one is going to make a strong push for Frankenset inclusion at card number 187. And here you go, right on the back. You have a nice basketball cartoon. Gene plays pro basketball in the ABL during the winter. So really, really cool. Just pumped that I landed this one. I have a couple of other Gene Conley buybacks. I think I've even shown them on the channel before, but I definitely do not own the 1962 Topps Conley in buyback format, and certainly not this green tint version. So that was an attractive enough card that it got me to pony up $12 along with those other two. So that's all I have for today. I'm actually going to keep this under 10 minutes, just kind of getting settled back in here. But I wanted to check in, show off some cards, and just produce some content again. I really enjoy doing this. So thank you for stopping by. I'll be back very soon. And until then, enjoy the hobby. See ya.